Are you tired of hearing Doug DeMuro say that 25 grand is cheap? Well, I'm here to show you some actually cheap cars. We're talking 5 grand, 4 grand, even 2 grand. Why are you spending 10 to 20 grand on 4Runners and Tacomas when you can get this for $2,900? I found a few that I think you guys are gonna like. Normally when you think about a $5,000 car, you think of something like this. This is a 2007 Nissan Pathfinder. It's a car. It would probably do pretty well. These are fairly reliable, but you know, it's got dings and dents. The guy obviously doesn't clean it. The steering wheel leather is totally failing. Could use a good cleaning. The seats are in kind of rough shape. Like, this is what you come to expect from 5 grand. And it's unfortunate. Lately, it seems like these kind of cars are all that you can get for $5,000, and it can be kind of discouraging, but there is hope. Today, I'm gonna show you 8 cars that I found on Craigslist that are actually really good for cheap. Here's a nice little pickup truck for $2,900 bucks. You don't have to get a Toyota Tacoma for $20,000 with 240,000 miles. You can get a truck that'll do the same job for $2,900 bucks. This is a 99 Dodge Dakota with the V6, 160,000 miles, and it's like a clean truck. It's the Dakota Sport in black. That is a clean interior. Good air conditioning and heat, cruise control, new tires, and you got a bed liner. So yeah, you got a nice little pickup truck with 4-wheel drive, V6, 160,000 miles. It's clean, $2,900 bucks, clean title. That's a good deal. I kind of grouped these two together. So I have 2 Ford Explorers. I have a 2000 and a 2001. And I know these are known as the Exploder. Haha, very funny. In my experience, these have actually been fairly reliable vehicles. I know the 4-liter V6 to be a good engine, and the 01 over here has the 5.0 V8, which is legendary. This car came out in 2001, and that 5-liter goes all the way back to the 60s. It's basically the same engine. That tells you just how good of an engine it really was. So this is $3,500, and you get a 4-wheel drive SUV, and it's actually in pretty good shape. I don't know if the green is the best color for this car, but the interior is fairly clean. It's not bad. That looks like a really good deal to me. 163,000 miles. And then the 2000 is also a really good deal, 153,000 miles. And it has the V6, but it looks a little bit cleaner. That interior shot looks like pristine. I mean, look at these seats. That looks like great. This is like the perfect Colorado car. There's no reason you need to be spending 10 grand on a 4Runner when you could buy this for $4,500 or the other one for $35. It really doesn't make sense. Again, brand new tires. Most of these cars have brand new tires on them. This is an example of an ad that you know you can trust the person. They've taken, although it's a vertical picture, the actual picture itself is pretty good. You can tell what we're looking at here. They got the whole seat in the frame when they're trying to take a picture of this seat. They got the whole steering wheel in the frame. You can read the odometer. And then when you go to the description, when somebody says phone calls only, that's kind of a green flag for me. This isn't a perfect ad, but the fact that he says phone calls only makes me trust this person. That's a great car. And so is this 01. Runs like it just came out the showroom. I really like old Buicks. I put it in my best dad cars video. This car is 25 years old. This car is old enough to rent itself. And it has 79,000 miles. That's it. I've seen cars from 2022 that have almost twice that, honestly. And yes, this is a bit of a lower trim Regal. It's got the cloth interior, but you're gonna get the good old 3800 V6. Sometimes you have to kind of dig to find the diamond in the rough. So this ad, the first picture is not that great. You've got the sun reflecting off the car right into the camera, and it's not really showing you very much of what you need to see. This is a vertical picture of the interior that's really bad quality. There's a bunch of smudges on the lens here. Super clean. This guy's the second owner. Everything looks like new, minus speedometer cluster has a small glitch. So there's like little quirks that these cheap cars will have. It's worth it. It's worth finding this to get the diamond in the rough. I mean, this is gonna be a really great car for somebody. For $3,500. Why would you spend $4,850 on this Nissan Pathfinder when you could get this Ford Explorer for cheaper? Or this one for way cheaper? Or this Extera that's fun to drive with a stick? Here's another alternative for an SUV that's gonna be even a little bit more fun to drive. These old Exteras are good vehicles. Even these first gen Exteras, these are fantastic. Unfortunately, he doesn't show us any of the inside, even though he does say terrific in all ways, nice enough to take on a date and tough enough for the weekend camping and ski trip. I don't know, show us the interior and maybe prove your point. So you get a stick Extera with not crazy mileage, 180,000 miles on a 03. Not a nicer SUV close to what I'm selling this Extera for. I honestly, I could see it. That's a really good deal. One of the points I'd like to make in this video is that you can get really good examples of certain kinds of cars that don't necessarily have the greatest reputation, but are kind of hidden gems. Like this 1991 Chevy Celebrity. This car is under $3,000, and you have the capability to carry 8 people in this kind of cool looking old wagon. This thing is a vibe. So you get the 3.1 liter GM V6, which is actually a pretty good engine. Not quite on the level of the 3800, but it is still a really good motor. And you get this cool blue interior. Something about blue interiors gets me excited. Yeah, this thing is just so cool. It's like this old school vibe. You got the original radio with these like analog dials. Ooh, that's so cool. Look at the cigarette lighter. It has this like brushed aluminum look. I really like this car. And you have this old school sweeping speedometer. That is so freaking cool. And look at that. 90,000 miles on this thing. It only has 90,000 miles and they're asking under $3,000 for it. And it has kind of a lot of modern amenities like power windows. This would be great for somebody that needs to carry around a lot of people. Trying to sell our pristine, the Holy Grail. I don't know if I'd call it the Holy Grail, but it's a good engine. No mechanical issues. Oh, it's not an SUV though. That's a little, it's a bit of a stretch. And it is front wheel drive, so it's gonna be a little bit better in the snow and stuff. Although some people do say that rear wheel drive is better in the snow. I think it can go either way, honestly. All wheel drive is gonna be the best in the snow. And new tires on this one too. That's like a third of the price of the car. Tires are not cheap these days, and then maybe they put crappy tires on it, but they're new, so I mean, what more could you really ask for $3 grand? 30 miles per gallon too? Geez, I want to buy this thing. There's something about the old school vibe of this wagon that just really captures my attention. Call me crazy, but that seems like a really good deal to me. Now, I get it. 35 years is a long time. It's a pretty old car by this point. Maybe that's not for everybody. But I have this car here to prove to you that you can still get a newer car that's good for under 5 grand, even 4 grand. Take this 17 Ford Fiesta. This right here is a perfect example of having to make some compromises in order to make your dollar go that much further. This car is under $4,000. It's $3,900, but you get a 2017 Ford Fiesta with 85,000 miles, clean title, 38 miles to the gallon. It's a manual, so it's gonna be fun. However, the compromises you're gonna have to make is quite a bit of hail damage. This side particularly got absolutely demolished. And then the other one you're gonna have to make is it's gonna be a little dirty. So for this car specifically, the cloth seats have taken a little bit of a beating. They're not in the greatest shape, but you still get a fuel efficient, fun to drive little hatchback for under 4 grand, and the thing's 8 years old. And this one has new tires too. I don't know what it is about these cheap cars, but it seems like they've all got new tires on them. I have saved the best deal for last, and that is this 1989 Honda Accord. It is a Honda. It is $2,000. It is a stick. It has a sunroof. It has 170,000 miles. It has a clean title. It has pop-up freaking headlights. And the interior is brown. I understand that interior color is not everyone's cup of tea. I love it. You have the ubiquitous, quintessential Pioneer stereo, which has USB so you can listen to your own music. It has AC. I'm not sure that it works. It has cruise control. It has power windows. It has good tires. Again, with the good tires. The other thing about this car is that not only is it reliable to begin with, but when it does break, it's very easy to work on and parts are cheap. And that is why Hondas stay on the road forever. This is the best deal on Craigslist right now. At least in my area, $2,000 for this Honda Accord. It makes me want to sell my Civic. I'm serious. I guess it doesn't have airbags, but you know, that's fine. That's kind of all I need to say. That's an amazing deal. I might just call them right after I stop filming this video and go get it because that's freaking awesome. So there you have it. Proof that you can get not only a good car, but a great car for under $5,000, and you can even get a really good one for 2 grand. The real secret here is that you just have to dig and wait. If you can afford to spend the time digging and waiting, then you can find a deal like this pretty much anywhere in the country. I think I'm actually gonna, ooh, it's a green number. It's an Android user. Red flag number 1.